Okay, hello everyone. This is Thoughts on That. My name is Abby G, and today we have a really awesome guest. His name is Jay Sarma, a very awesome music entrepreneur, and we've been trying to talk to him for a little bit, but today we're going to be talking about the music industry, his experience, all that jazz. And it's a very special episode today because we have a live session. So we have viewers right now tuning in and we will have them ask questions and just really be in on the experience. So hi Jay, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
not native English speaker. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? We know you are in music, we know you do some EDM, but like
Yeah,
tell us anything right now, like what you're working on, anything about yourself. So
I started making music in April 2016, but that's not the time I got signed. I got signed on October 2017 by again Bass Rebels, and I've been sticking with them since forever. And it's like I've built a career out of them, and it's really a good feeling because the label owner is very humble and like we are one of a kind of those kind of labels that do not focus on not our primary focus is not on the money and the hype and the what's trending and all. We make music because we love music, and
right.
this has always been our motto, and that's the motto I personally live with. So I love sticking around with them. Last year on April 2020, they hired me as an A&R artist repertoire,
Mm,
and basically I have to work on artist relations and help other producers get their tracks better, get their music better to be
right.
released, and working on that since we, along with my music I'm been working on that stuff, and it's good to it's good to manage everything alongside education. Now that I'm on final year of electrical engineering,
Oh
it's
yeah.
all it's all a jumble, and among the jumbles, I need to remind myself I'm doing everything I love at the
Right,
moment, so
right,
there's no regrets.
right.
There's literally zero regrets.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're doing a lot. You said, yeah, you were talking about you're doing electrical engineering as well. When did you
Yeah.
start doing
Hmm.
that?
Actually, I started my diploma on July 2016, and I completed my diploma in electrical engineering on July 2019, and
Right.
then moved on to university,
Wow.
and that will be completed in 2022.
Right.
So it's like a total of 5 years completed and a year left. And if luck persists, then I really wanted to continue even more higher studies, the master studies. But I don't think I will be doing it because I might be doing music full time
Right.
after
Right.
a year of college.
Wow.
Now there is no plans, but
Right.
who knows?
So, would you say your primary focus is like really working on your craft and working on producing new music and like developing
Yep.
more? Okay. So, yeah, what are some
Yep.
what are some current projects you're working on?
Current projects, not much. I
Okay.
have EPs at the moment.
Right.
I've released singles since the start of from the start of when they signed me.
Right.
I try and release one single every month, one or two singles.
Oh,
But
nice.
from yeah, I've been doing this consistently. But
Right.
I have tinnitus or tinnitus. How do you pronounce it? I
Ah,
have no
I
idea.
think tinnitus is something like that. But yeah, I think a lot of
Yeah,
musicians get that as well, especially like having to, listen to a lot of things. But yeah, that must be difficult having to manage and then also like trying to produce music because you have to like listen. So yeah.
it's good. I have it since a long time now, and I've learned how to manage it. And sometimes it kind of decreases because I've been taking good care of my ears since December 2019.
Wow.
Not before that. Before that, I didn't know how to take care of ears. That
Right.
is my fault. I put it myself. But yeah, I've been taking care of my ears since, and for that reason, I've been slowing down.
Yeah.
And I'm currently planning to release only EPs so that I can do the sounds, the quality of sounds I can, while maintaining the consistency in releases.
Right.
So my EP is gonna be out every 3 or 4 months or so. And for
Wow.
EPs, I can also focus on working with better artists that have more exposure and more creative space and more talent in the field.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I really have a special. I am not one, but I am working on two EPs actually. But one is near completion. I am just looking for vocals at the moment.
Wow.
So yeah, those
That's
will be my future
that's
releases.
awesome. Yeah, you actually I think you just released it, was it Till I Bleed or Until I'm Bleeding?
Till I'm bleeding.
Till
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
Bleeding, yeah.
single. It's a
It's
single.
really great. Yeah, if anyone hasn't checked it already, I was listening to the other day. It's very cinematic. It's I really enjoyed it, and especially like very like when you're listening to it on the train, and it really builds up. And I know you had another version as well, like, and there's an instrumental one. So it's all like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really great stuff. And like I'm
Thank
still
you.
new to EDM, and it's like great that like the EDM has like these different kinds of like levels and depths to it. So it's really great.
It's not entirely EDM. I mean, it's future based. You
Yeah.
call it. That's the genre actually,
Right.
but it's not the. There are. I mean, multiple forms of future based. It's like
Mm.
the easier to hear ones that I created.
Yeah.
That's not usually what I create. It's because of the collaborator that I could. Sazu, he's
Ah.
extremely amazing, and Rachel, her voice is so serene. So
Right.
yeah,
Was that were you recording that and producing like recording all like remotely, or how was that process? 'Cause I know, things can be done digitally when you record and collaborate. So how was that process?
most of my collaborations too are mostly digital because it was impossible for me at that time to meet producers real time, meet talented producers real
Right.
time. But
Right.
they kind of said they kind of, I mean, by God's grace, picked up on my talent, and
That no,
I
that's
got to
awesome.
work with many artists digitally. But I am currently working on establishing a studio myself so that I can work offline. Meeting people to work with together is a different experience. And I've done this before, but not on English music, on my own cultural music,
Ah,
Assamese
okay.
music. But yeah, I really want to produce. I know you mean. Uh, meet people real
Right.
time and then produce music again.
Right. Yeah, I think especially with that in-person experience, I think it definitely like
Yeah.
you can feel and like connect over your craft and like what you want over music a
Hmm.
little differently. But yeah, because you're having to do this producing and then really trying to collaborate and find people that you really vibe with over the internet.
Yep.
Like
Hmm.
how much has COVID impacted? Just curious, like your music, your way of balancing it all, just everything. How would you say COVID has impacted it all?
I'm probably gonna be honest, and
Yeah.
this is not the answer you were expecting, but COVID actually helped me to put my time in music because yeah, because of lockdown, I could manage my times better. Before what happened before lockdown is that I had to give a specific amount of hours to college, and some of it
Mm.
felt like waste. But since online classes started, I had to make a schedule of myself, and I know how much time I need to put in everything so that I can balance everything easily. And I got that time. I got the opportunity to prove myself that
Right.
this is all I can do in this time frame, so that I can achieve this and that, this and that. So I
Right.
put in 4 to 5 hours to college for online classes,
Wow.
some hours to do some studies, and basically studies are not a core for me. I love electrical engineering, and I can also use some of those knowledge on music because it's all technically related. So
Right.
the rest of the time I put everything on music. It's yeah, I can put there's instance where I have put on music in like 20 hours continuously. So yeah, I am a
Wow.
nerd.
Yeah, I mean that's great because like you need that passion in order to do that, but also like I think passion, it doesn't do it alone. I think like you have to feel motivated and organized. So it sounds like you're like really organized with all of that stuff, especially like the way how you compartmentalize and like use hours to like reach your like personal goals and stuff. So like in order to like reach these goals and produce this music, like you said, try to produce music constantly. Like what is an example of how you balance your time or how you manage your time to reach your music goals?
There is not a definite set of
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't have a schedule or
Ah.
uh, nothing fit. Like I set everything mentally. If I want to study today or I have something on the bag that I need to complete. I'll complete that today, and then
Yeah.
I'll produce everything music tomorrow.
Right.
It's not a day kind of basis, but it's mostly a week kind of basis, in which I need to analyze myself every weekend that I had produced this much of music, I have completed this much of work and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
how I manage, and I always keep a mental note of everything I've achieved this week.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's less, if I'm not satisfied, I work on the weekends. If I'm satisfied, I do game and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a good mindset because I think yeah you're right. I think taking it day by day and little by little, I think it helps
Mm.
with the process. Because if we do like scheduling is good for us, but I think if we overschedule or if we put too much pressure on ourselves to like meet small requirements, I think it kind of like counteracts our motivation and our
I'm
productivity.
guilty of putting too much pressure. To be honest, I'm
Yeah.
really guilty. For the said reason, now why I'm opting to release EPs now instead of singles. Singles are just you rush every month to do something, but
Mm-hmm.
for EPs, I can really put my thoughts on 4 to 6 tracks together and release them
Right.
in one go.
Right, and you feel like yeah, it's a lot like sometimes better quality, right? If you can focus on it instead of like
Yeah, it's
yeah,
better quality because uh, for instance, you have 6 tracks in your hand and you want to release all of them one by one. By the time you release your third track, you realize the first track had some mistakes that you need to fix. But
right,
on EPs, what happens is by the time you produce your fourth track, you can spot a mistake on your first track and then go back to that and do those fixes. But after it's released, you cannot. So it's really a good idea for mental health too. Bass rebels, to be honest, bass rebels prefer singles than EPs because it's easier to promote. But I
right.
think for my mental health, I'll try EPs. Not much. I'll try 2 EPs at first. But if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to singles again.
Right. Yeah. Just like yeah, gauging what works and everything. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
putting pressure as much as like it help like we think it helps, it like it can counteract. But no, that's cool. I'm looking forward to like, like what you're gonna put forward and everything and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Because I know you've been putting great stuff. I've been listening to it like all day and everything, like doing research and yeah, by the way, if no one knows already, you can use it on Twitch. We're playing stuff right now. You can like listen to it in Spotify, so all that good stuff. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. And you said Bass Rebels. Can you tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about like your relationship with Bass Rebels, how you got into it? I know Bass Rebels is you're A&R for Bass Rebels, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like what you do, what is like the process? Because I think some folks in our audience, they maybe aren't aware of what exactly A&R is, and maybe what exactly
Yeah.
how A&R is in Bass Rebels. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit?
So in the shortest and simplest form possible, if you're an artist and you want to release tracks on Bass Travels, you send that to me so
Okay.
that I can review that. And for new artists, that is for if you want to release that, it's me that I do the quality check and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I can provide the proper constructive feedback and technical details on what the track needs to be done for it to get uh, you know uh, that commercial quality standard that it should
Mm,
be,
right.
and that is what I do. In additionally to that, I also have to maintain a good relations with the artists so that
Right.
any form of problem that they face in the future, they come through me and then stuff.
Right.
The most of the technical stuff are maintained by Danny. His name's Danny, who runs the
Okay.
label Bass Rebels. Really good guy, and most of the stuff is uh, you know handled by him, from the contracts to the releases and everything. Release dates we plan together, but it's mostly him at the moment.
Right.
There are some plans for him to give his some of his load to me after I graduate college. Uh, After I have all the time to focus on vegetables, that is,
Right.
but
Right.
only time will tell, and there's still a year to go, so we're
Right.
good as of now.
That's
And
good.
I really like helping people. It's in my nature, so it's
Yeah.
not a core to help other artists get the sounds
Right.
they
Right.
deserve.
Yeah, because I think
That is what
especially
we do as A&R.
as yeah as community and everything, yeah, because especially with the music
Hmm.
industry, like you need the support and community, and like it's already hard as it is. Because I know I think we were messaging before how like it can be difficult to put your foot in the music industry. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like, what is your thoughts on that? Like, how is it really hard to get in music industry nowadays, or like or you could talk about your own experience as well. So, just wondering.
Okay, from my own experience, and I'm not really gonna lie, some people, everyone makes music, but only some years could focus on. I mean, some years are only blessed to focus on what actually quality music. So if your ears aren't trained, you can make anything, and you might feel like, yeah, it's good and you deserve a record deal or something, but it's not usually the case like that. There's a lot of things that need to be focused in order to complete a track, to be
Right.
honest,
Right.
to for a commercial release. The loudness, the compression on the end,
Mm-hmm.
how much stereo space, everything is focusing on, your every elements of your music is focusing on. And also other stuff like how many contacts you have in the industry,
Right.
and yeah, stuff like that really matters. And it's really harder to get into music industry as of now, because it's
Mm,
even easier, to be honest, to make music if you put all the hard work in. And yeah, that
right.
has been my experience. Back in 2017 it wasn't as hard,
Right.
because I did not get signed traditionally. All right, I got introduced to bass trebles by a friend of mine. He's called
Mm.
Netepi. He was a music producer too, and I'm saying was because he left. And
Uh,
he he introduced me to bass trebles, and then he was like, yeah, I love this guy. Who's this guy? I need to sign him. And then we released our first track, Aliator. It's a collaboration with Netapi again. Netapi and another one of my producer friends, Nior. And we've
yeah.
been best friends since, like, online best friends. Haven't met yet, online best friends. And we still have that group chat.
That's
We chatting
cool.
together. But yeah, nonetheless, I've been continuously releasing a demo every month since. And
Mm-hmm.
until this year, that I have solely focused on releasing tracks however I like. I kind of give that liberty to myself.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Again,
a good experience, and but
yeah.
it's also hard to keep up. Sometimes I've reached up to like 100K monthly listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's the pressure in yourself
Of
to keep
course.
doing good, and
Right.
I love it.
And then just putting content, right, and then like also just updating, because I think it's hard to like create as well, but it's also hard to market it, like the music.
Mhm.
I think that's a big challenge, so like doing
I have a unique
this.
style of marketing. If you
Yes.
notice, I do a
Yeah.
lot of memes, and I really connect with people. It's not always commercial. I
Mm-hmm.
really try to be myself and connect to people as much as possible.
Right.
It's
Right.
it's not always I have released a new track, come check it out. It's not always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I post memes, sometimes I post giveaways and stuff, and sometimes
Mm.
I collaborate with other big events so that I
Right.
can give the exposure people deserve, the
Mm-hmm.
people that follows me that deserve, and
Right.
stuff. I like helping people, so I always find ways to do that. It all comes in naturally, so
Right.
yeah.
It all comes in because again, like if you connect over something, they see you for that value. They see the value in you because it's not like you're just pumping out like commercially. You're not just like a robot. You're an actual person
Mm-hmm.
creating these things, and like it's great to connect, especially over COVID. I feel like people kind of like look for human connection, and I think music is one of the greatest things for that as well. So it's great that you're like doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah. So memes, you said you put out memes. Is that like a
Yeah.
way as like meme marketing? I think someone said in the chat, meme marketing is a new trend.
Did someone say in the chat, meme
Yeah,
marketing? Who's that? I want
yeah.
I want to know.
Ricky, a
Okay.
lot of people
Oh,
folks are saying
Ricky Dax.
hi.
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah.
He's a producer from our place, Assam.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Rocket said hi.
Yeah,
So yeah, a few folks are saying hi. Like just seeing that personal connection, they're coming to see
yeah.
you. So.
Rocket Start is one of the producers that I introduced to Bass Tribbles. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the guys that I got signed up, and he's really talented. Like, he
Wow.
has multiple demos coming to Bass Tribbles, I think, and all of them are amazing. And I also have a collaboration with him ongoing at the moment.
Wow. How does so when you like collaboration? Are you all in the same area? I know. I think you're in India, and then I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not only 10%, like 8 to 10% of the collaborations I do are from the people of the same area because
Mm,
yeah, I know it's hard, but there are for the EDM community, it's completely different. There are
right.
producers from all over the world that you want to work with, and most of the stuff happens online. So
That's
internet
wild.
is a blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So when you collaborate online, do you essentially like do you
Mhm.
screen share or do you like work remotely and kind of like work on the same project at like simultaneously or like how does like a collaboration work online?
Honestly, depends on the time zones. To be honest, for UK
Yeah,
times, I can manage plus 5:30 hours so that
right,
we are both online at the same time, and then sometimes I do team viewer and stuff. I
right.
tried Zoom. Zoom is shit. I sorry. Okay.
No, no, you
No,
can
no. I
curse all
mean,
the things. Yeah.
no, 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 no. I mean, they really need to fix their screen sharing.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
care if you put it out. Like it's true because they need to fix their screen sharing. It's
Mhm.
completely laggy. I have 150 Mbps uh, broadband at the moment. I bought it new, and I
Mhm.
thought my internet was the problem that it's laggy, but it's not.
It's
It's
Zoom.
the Zoom's fault, and TeamViewer is much better for screen sharing. But again, Zoom might not be made for that. Zoom might be made for online classes and
Right. Like
everything
simple
that
things.
saves your bandwidth.
Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Zoom is good in that matter. But for screen sharing and dragging samples, literally dragging samples from your sample library to your project from other countries, from other places on your PC,
Mhm.
that's a bit difficult on Zoom. So we
Yeah.
do TeamViewer,
Okay, that's
and
cool.
sometimes I do that. Not much, 20 to 80, 20 to 25%
Right.
productions I do like that. The other times, we work through Dropbox. We have project saved there,
Mhm.
and when he's asleep I work on it, when I'm asleep he works on it, and stuff like that
Ah,
until it gets finished. And yeah,
wow. Yeah, that's like that makes sense because it's like you're the same project file. Do you what is your like your primary software that you use when you all do your things when you collaborate?
it's undoubtedly FL Studio. It's like the uh, basis of every producer starts with, and it's cheap and it's easy to learn, and there
Yeah,
are
yeah.
a ton of tutorials for it. So actually I used the free stuff before because
Mm,
couldn't afford. One thing you need to know, I couldn't afford a lot of stuff back then, but
right.
now again, thanks to Biz Rebels, I have been earning royalties from my music, and
That's
from the
awesome.
royalties, I could invest on a lot of stuff on my broadband and this new PC that I spoke to you about yesterday.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
after that, I can yeah,
yeah, create it. Yeah, that's
it
great.
works good.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's important, especially like as musician, try to use a lot of. There's a lot of free things out there. I think people don't know that, but like yeah, FL Studio.
Yeah.
I've dabbled a bit. Have you ever played with GarageBand or anything
Oh
like
no,
that?
no, no.
Yes, I
I mean,
think it's a joke too.
they're good. They're good, but there are two kinds of music productions. DAW, we call it a DAW.
Yeah.
FL Studio DAW. It's called digital audio workstation.
Mm-hmm.
So GarageBand is like something that uh, arranges stuff after you record it. Everything you need to record, guitar you need to record,
Right.
voice you need to record, and everything. But on FL Studio it's more of like MIDI based. You
Mm.
need to literally draw notes on it. You can also play notes and it gets drawn in it. It gets converted into weird lines of drawings so that it can detect them as notes, and
Mm-hmm.
those notes are the basis of all electronic music production, and FL Studio does it really easy. I've also heard Ableton does it easy, but I
Ableton.
I tried Ableton once and it didn't work out for me, so I stuck to FL Studio. And to be honest, back to the topic again, I used free stuff like LMMS, and I
Mm.
released stuff from LMMS. I've also got signed on labels from that. So it's really possible to make music out of free stuff, and
Oh
now there are
yeah.
also really good free alternatives, DAWs that were not back at the time that I
Mm,
started. Some of them are Cakewalk Bandlab, and it's amazing. Like, I'd recommend everyone this who cannot afford a digital audio workstation. It's like the mediator of recording sounds and putting out as MIDIs. So it's
right.
good. But I got introduced to FL Studio by a friend. He actually gifted me a
Oh,
package, and I was like, "What is this?" I mean, he knew I couldn't afford it, so he gifted me, and
right.
I was like, "What is this?" And it could put out MIDIs and play it. I was like shocked. Oh my god, what is this? And
Yeah,
since that time, I upgraded twice from Producer Edition and then again to Signature Edition,
right.
and
Awesome.
I
And
got more tools to work with, more technical stuff,
right. And just
and
keeps
been working,
growing from there.
sticking on
Yeah.
that since. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you got good friends. You have that's good. I think it's so important to be like, yeah, supported in that. Like really like sharing, right? Because if you be stingy, if you're like oh, this is mine, then you don't get to work with great people. So that's really great that you have like a good like network and all that stuff. Because especially in music and like
I'm
freaking creative.
I'm I'm
So
really blessed of the network. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie. 3 years back, 2 years back, I never thought I'd have such a network, but I'm really blessed at the moment. I know some people that were kind of like jealous of me, and I found out exactly that last year because some of the guys I had on my own place, that is, I shouldn't really call out to people on my own place, uh, but again, if you want me to speak good of you, you need to treat good of me. So again, I wanted to do Assamese music. Like, it's a suggestion. Like, I have always worked on English music, but since 2019, I've worked on my own music, like music of my own culture.
right,
But as I approached the people in power, I'm not gonna say
right. Yeah, keep it
anything. But
safe.
yeah, the people in power that
Uh-huh.
I approached them, and they ignored my emails, ignored my calls, and
Mm,
they were like, "Who is this guy?" and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I started my own startup, Pratirip Collective, to release Assamese music, and
right,
I had good support since on my music, both on Assamese one and the ones I put out globally.
right.
And people who knows me, uh, people that are literally on the chat can confirm. The people who knows me personally, that
Yeah,
I
they
like helping them, and
yeah,
I'm not like the kind of, I'm an artist and I need to have this form of standard and that form
right,
of standard, and I need to talk to them like that and this and that. I'm
right,
completely humble, and I'm always open to helping them as much as possible.
right. Again, like lifting each other up and everything. So yeah, is
Yeah.
I have a question as well because you're like focusing on like global music and Assamese music. Is Bass
Mm.
Rebels, are they based in the UK or like an international? Because I know I was looking it up. It's like a UK record label or
Yeah, they are
okay,
based on the UK, but they release international music. They release music on a lot of languages. They also
right.
release music in Hindi, yeah, and in Spanish, and they're looking forward for more options, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, especially, I
good.
think it's really like universal, like the music that we can
Hmm.
like everyone can enjoy it no matter what. So, no, that's
Yeah.
cool. Exactly. But yeah, you were saying also kind of like jumping around topics, but I think anyone can get use of this. So, when you're
Mm.
starting out, it's good to use free software. Like, do you have any other tips like for people who are just starting out in music, whether like in general, trying to get seen, all that good stuff. Like, do you have any like general advice?
I mean, the the most basic advice is to be consistent, because
Mm-hmm.
somewhere down in the middle they lose focus because they're not going anywhere with the music they put out. But
Right.
being consistent is the key, and finding weird nerds like me for supporting them is a good idea,
Right.
because again, I if I hear a good demo, I do not literally care of how many follower counts they have. I
Mm-hmm.
like to
Right. Like.
help them out. I always bug the ears of, you listen to this man, he's really good at music, and you
Mm-hmm.
really need to support him. And I have done a personal pact on myself. I never really revealed it anywhere, but it's like a personal pact of myself to support and make a career of at least 5 producers every year. If I do that,
Mm,
I feel myself successful in the field.
right.
So yeah.
And like, yeah, by doing that, you like network and like meet people online, right? Like,
Hmm.
how would you say, like, do you see yourself trying to reach out more towards people online in terms of like collaboration and whatnot because of COVID and like find producers that way?
Yeah, find
Okay.
producers that way online. That's always online
Yeah.
because again COVID, but again it's hard for me to. I don't have a passport yet. It's interesting.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That's great. Like
but
that means yeah.
I've had people that comes to meet me, so
Yeah.
I know I need to reward the favor back sometime. I need to really apply for one.
Right. I mean,
It's hard to
that's
apply for one
power.
in here. So
Yeah, is it
mhm.
especially like with all the restrictions, but luckily there's the internet. So hopefully, you'll get it back somehow with like people internet and again, you can collaborate and everything. So,
Mhm.
yeah, no, that's great. And like we have some questions. So we're about 30 minutes in. And so like my goal is around like 30 to 45 minutes of this episode. But
Okay.
we're gonna have a few questions, I think, in the chat. So if anyone watching would like to ask any questions, please feel free. This is our
Yeah, I'm
Q&A.
open to questions.
Yes, we
Mhm.
have a lot. Actually, there's actually someone asked, how many girlfriends does Jay Sarma have? This is by Ricky. Ricky asked how many girlfriends you have, but you don't feel free
Okay.
to.
I mean, that's not a matter of many. I always date one people at a time, so there's
Right.
not many. There's just, but I don't have any at the moment. It's because it's complicated. Like,
Yeah.
she needs to take a break because
Right.
she wants to be a doctor, and she is
Hmm.
completely taking a break at the moment. So we're not dating or doing anything. We're just single on both
Yeah.
terms. Like she's single and I'm single too, and
Yeah.
she's focusing on being a doctor. I'm focusing on being an engineer, and we both have a year on our hands, so we're both
Right.
consistent in achieving both of our goals. So yeah,
That's
let's see
good.
what the future holds.
Yeah. I'll see what the future
Mhm.
holds. Keep going and everything. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like, I think balancing relationships, that's also something to do, like with your own projects, with everything, all the, they're so hard to balance. So it's kudos on you,
to be
especially,
honest, I
yeah.
don't really have time for a relationship at the moment. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad she understands this. I'm really glad she understands this, and she is glad that I understand that she doesn't have the time to because
Yeah.
she is again. I met her because she is also a helpful person by nature, and I like helpful people. And
Right.
she wants to be a doctor because um, she wants to do good for the society.
Right. And help people,
And
all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
again, and she deserves this break. So all the power to her. And so meantime, I work on myself.
Right, right. Yeah. You got a lot on your plate, so I
Again, I
totally
said it's
understand.
complicated, but yeah, that's the truth.
That's the truth. And I thank you for sharing that as well, like being vulnerable and like
Mm.
telling us the truth. But yeah, we like covered a lot of topics, a lot from music
Hmm.
and like, starting in it, balancing your work and like just a bunch of things. Like do you have any like do you have a future in shows? Like are you having any gigs you want to plan or maybe any live like remote shows that you plan on having or anything?
I did remote shows, not exactly shows, but
Mhm.
those are actually some of them are lessons, and lessons in the sense I provide lessons to people so that they can enhance their music production
Right.
skills. And I've also had events where I get a load of demos and I can get the time to
Right.
provide feedback on them so that
Right.
they get again that commercial sound that it deserves. And these
Right.
are some of the events that I done. But for playing out my own music on live streams and
Mhm.
shows and stuff, I got a show on March 2021 this year, but
Mhm.
I rejected it because
Oh.
I didn't feel like they respected me enough to, play on
Right.
that. They were like, it's my first show, so I need to do this, a list of compromises, a list of compromises in pay and in number of hours and time and stuff like that. But I knew that's not something I deserve, so I rejected it.
Right.
And I couldn't do that either because I was on college at that time. I had exams,
Right.
but I'm really open for opportunities in the future. But I am not sure if again I'm gonna play it out because I
Right.
play it out in public like that. Not I don't really have the plan yet
Mm-hmm.
because I'm also an introvert by nature. If you
Yeah.
haven't guessed it already, I get stuck in times. So
Oh yeah, and so just taking it day by day. Yeah. No, that's cool. We'll
yeah,
just keep
taking it
out.
day by day.
Yeah, just keep an
For
eye on.
another year, at least another year, I have no other plans than to just make as much music as I can because
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing I love, making music as much as I can and putting it out for posterity. So.
Right, right. Just, doing what you love, not with any pressure. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have actually a
Mm-hmm.
few more questions. So, the stewards
Mm-hmm.
asked, how do you think music trends will change post pandemic after COVID? Yeah. And if you can take your time to think about
Uh,
it too. Because it is, it's like,
no, I've literally didn't research on this one.
really?
I'm glad
Okay.
you asked. Yeah, I researched on the fact on July what happened is some parts of the world opened up, and for that reason, streams on our playlist decreased because when they were at homes and stuff, they most of the people had nothing to do, no work, so they were at home. So I
Wow.
think most of the people were just, getting on Twitch lives and playing games and stuff. And for that reason, they needed background music to play out, and they played our tracks. And that is one of the kicks that gave our playlists. Yeah, yeah. You want to say
No,
something?
that's so true. No, continue. That's like, wow, I didn't really even see the connection, but no, yeah, continue. Sorry.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I didn't really say it too, but when I realized this and that happened, I was kind of like shocked. Yeah, this can happen too. I mean, real life events and real life, opportunities and events, I'll call
Right,
it.
right,
They can put in a great impact on
right.
how your music performs. To be honest, and
Yeah.
not much. Our streams decreased by 10%, not much, but. And my royalties decreased like a little bit, 12% or stuff, but
Right.
overall we're again growing. That's the
Mm-hmm.
consistent growth we want. Our primary focus is on sustainability, not by forcing everyone at homes, but again by any means necessary that people can support.
Right.
And if people could one of the plus features that I had, I think I told you that yesterday, is that we actually put copyright free tracks out there. Not
Mm-hmm.
because it's trending to put out copyright free tracks, but we actually have no. We can put pride in the fact that none of our music puts you in any DMCA or
Mm,
any copyright
right.
claims and stuff. Other labels, what they do is they use that copyright free track to get in trend, and they release copyrighted stuff, they release covers and stuff, and
Right.
that gets you into trouble. I mean,
Right.
covers isn't bad, but do not tag it copyright free. Some
Right.
labels does it, and it's really bad. It puts Twitch streamers into danger. They can get
Yeah.
their accounts banned and stuff.
Right.
But
Right.
we don't do that. For that reason, we have a lot of trusted Twitch streamers, that is, that trust our music
Right.
for them to play out, and we literally produce for them so that their audience can have the best
Yeah.
form of any music that can play out. Yeah.
No, that's so true. I'm
Hmm.
really happy that we're able to share this because I think as a streamer myself, I'm always having issues trying to find like music where there's like no DMCA or anything, and really trying to get get supported because again, you don't want to have that fear to be banned. But again, like, yeah, a lot of people are staying at home, a lot of people are producing like more content, whether it's like videos or vlogs or Twitch streams. And again, like you
Hmm.
said, people need more background music and just good music. And I think, yeah, what y'all have with Bass Rebels and your own music, that's perfect. And I
Hmm.
think I'm so happy that I found it myself, because that's what I'm using now. And I'm gonna put it right now in the
Yeah.
chat because it's so cool because like this is made for streamers, and it's like it is also
Yeah.
can enjoy it as well. So
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So I'm glad that
I
hopefully it'll
mean,
change it. No, go
yeah,
ahead.
I
Yeah.
mean, there is plus for bus on both sides. I mean, the pay isn't much because we do not put YouTube content ID on our music,
Mm-hmm.
so that YouTubers can use it for free.
Mm-hmm.
So we balance money in exchange of exposure,
Right.
and I think for the most part, exposure is a lot better because I can actually connect to people,
Mm-hmm.
more people than I actually would have if I had put copyrighted content out as music. But
Right.
Most of the
Yeah.
people I've met, yeah, I've met producers, I've met everyone, but most of the people I meet is streamers and gamers who connect with me and ask me to create this kind of music, that kind of music, so they can play out on their streams. And
Right.
they're like, our followers love it, we love it, and we expect you to put out good music so that it's free for us to play.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's
that's great.
also a duty to, I mean, that puts me in a level of authority so that I can produce music that they love.
Right, right.
And
So you, again, you have your
it's all a circle. We're feeding contents and contents of everyone. So
right, and it's just
I
like
love it.
growing.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
I
a
love every
cycle.
bit of it.
No, yeah, and I'm like I'm loving this as well. Like just putting it out, and like again, thank you for sharing all that you do. And we have two more
Hmm.
questions. If you have a
Okay.
few more minutes. So Ricky's
I do. I
asked.
do. I have a lot of time.
Okay, great. Yeah, I didn't want to like put. I don't know if you have like if you don't have time right now, but it's great. People are asking questions in the chat. It's awesome.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
how do you do meme marketing, or yeah, how do you approach meme marketing?
That's I'm going to share the most important secret in meme marketing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Listen to me carefully, you and the people who ask these questions. I don't do meme marketing. I'm zero at marketing. All right. That's the only tip. I connect with people personally, and from that personal approach, I have contents always in my. I mean, I consider myself a creative person. I am
Mm-hmm.
not bragging, but sometimes you give me something that needs a routine to be done, like a routine
Mm-hmm.
job every day for a week or for 2 weeks. I get bored in a single day. I
Right.
cannot do routine stuff. I am always creative, and I always look for something different. And memes are creative. I've spoken this up before, and I also need to rest my ears sometimes.
Yeah.
So when I do rest my ears and I need to connect to people, I look at the stuff they are struggling with. I look at the stuff they find humorous, and I laugh at them too. And I make memes on relations to that. So
Right.
it's a fun stuff. I do not do any form of marketing. I
Mm-hmm.
love making memes, and it all comes in naturally. And I
Yeah.
put out that everything that comes in naturally. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good feeling. It's
Yeah.
not entirely marketing at all, but people seem to love it because it comes from me, as opposed to, most of the stuff meme pages put out, or
Mm-hmm.
labels put out as memes, they're mostly for marketing, I believe, and it's not from them
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. And some people could feel it, but uh, when I post out anything, it's completely myself. Like,
Right.
I like connecting, I like socializing, and
Yeah.
everything, all of that shows out in my posts.
Right.
So
So
it is a good thing that if it works as marketing, it's
it
a good
works.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
But it's not
but
like
if it doesn't work out, it's not a big problem for me either,
right.
because I'm still gonna be posting out whatever I love.
Yeah. So it's
So
not like intentionally marketing. You're not creating this like, post or meme because like, oh, I want people to see this and like people need to learn about it.
yeah,
It's more just, being funny, being yourself. So like and I guess it does work out as meme marketing, but like it doesn't
yeah.
we don't call it meme
I do
marketing.
not follow trends. I post whatever I like. I make whatever I like. Produce whatever I like.
Right.
Some people. Do you know the genre progressive house?
Yes, yes. I do.
Okay, so what happens is, there is a saying in the, what do you call it, the musician community, that progressive house is dead. But I am currently producing a progressive house track because I
Mm.
wanted to, and it's kind of different. So yeah, I do not follow trends. I produce what I love.
Right,
I
right.
put out whatever I love as content. So if that works out, that works out.
Exactly. Like you said, you just do it in the moment, which I think is good, because you enjoy. Because if you put too much pressure on like who reaches it and who gets it all, and marketing, then you're gonna end up not enjoying yourself and losing your passion, which is like something
Hmm.
sometimes I've had to struggle with. But no, yeah, everyone learn from Jay. Everyone in the chat, learn from Jay. This is all we're here for. Yeah, we're just being this is an educational talk. Do you? And we have
Yeah.
another question as well. So who is someone? Oh, we got a few more questions other than. So who is a big artist you would like to collaborate with?
I That's a difficult question, but if I ever get the opportunity, I'd love to collaborate with two people. That is, one is Kashmir and another is Martin Garrix,
Oh.
because yeah, I've followed their careers, and I'm not gonna lie. All right, most of the big people in the industry, they do not make music by themselves. They have ghost producers and
Mm.
they do all those marketing stuff and everything. But Kashmir and Martin Garrix, I have followed their journey and I love their journey. Martin Garrix was a ghost producer for other people, and Kashmir was the one that were making music for other artists and getting pay scale, and he was having a hard time. And like I also saw a live stream of him, not exactly live stream, he was
Mm-hmm.
live event, yeah, where he spoke about how he had to go to studio every day and buy a burger kind of something and eat half of it for lunch, half of it for dinner, and then
Mm-hmm.
make music in between. Like it's really a struggle.
Right.
I think you have heard Far East Movement like a J6.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
Yes.
that that entire thing was produced by Kashmir on I think on software called Reason without any external plugins.
Oh,
So
what?
yeah,
Wow.
but
So
he
like.
wasn't. But by the time he was producing this, he was literally struggling a lot. And I'm really glad both of the artists, him and Martin Garrix, have
Mm,
their own careers, their own record labels. Like they deserve it, and they're so high. Martin Garrix have been also in the top in the DJ Mag top 100 for like 2 years or something,
mm-hmm.
I think. And yeah,
Yeah.
they're an inspiration.
That's
Another
awesome.
one I would have loved to collaborate with is Avicii, but unfortunately he passed out.
Right. Right.
He's a really good inspiration. Like he writes god level melodies. He used to write, that is.
Right. Yeah. Beautiful.
And
And hopefully, yeah, his music will still be treasured from now on. I think that's a great thing.
yeah,
Music is like
when I
timeless.
speak to other
So.
people, other producers or everyone, I literally say to them, if I try and make melodies, they need to be on the Avicii or Martin Garrix level, else I won't make melodies and stuff like that. And that is why I try to keep my stuff. I'm nowhere close to them at the moment. That's impossible. They're godfathers, like, and I try to put my stuff as melodic and as creative as possible,
Right. Right.
putting them as inspirations.
Right. At least having that to look
I
forward
really
to.
hope it works out.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm sure. Well, you're very talented, and you have a good head on your shoulders, and you have a good mindset when it comes to, yeah, producing and meeting people. I think creating those connections. It'll work out. So yeah, we
Hmm.
have another
Thank you.
question. We have another question.
Hmm.
So I think this is our last one before we wrap it up. All right. So here you are. Where do you see yourself in, or where do you want to be in the next 5 years in the music industry?
I don't know. I haven't thought about the next 5 years. So if I
Yeah.
plan and if planning doesn't work out, it kinds of a heartbreak. But
Right.
I do not see my future in the next 5 years. To be honest, even if this is going to be asked to me in an interview in the future, I'm going to say I haven't planned it yet, because
Right.
you never know where you're going to be in 5 years.
Right. Right.
So I mean, uh, there's no, I don't know how to express this in words, but uh, okay, I'm
Yeah.
clueless at the moment. I see
Which
nowhere
is
because I can only see myself achieving a certain goal in like a week or like a month, but not in five
right,
years because
right. Because like you said
I,
earlier, you're doing it
hmm,
moment by moment. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, moment by moment,
and 5 years
exactly.
is a long shot. So I totally understand.
Yeah. But I have a dream, like I literally have a dream to have my own studio space and my. I don't currently have my own. I mean, I have a studio, but not my own studio space. So I need to build one of that and
Right, expand a little bit, all that.
yeah, expand a little bit and have
Mm-hmm.
my literally my own space and living and everything, and doing music full time. That is one of my dreams. But I think I'm gonna be doing music full time now that
Right.
everything is stable. I just need another year to focus on what I do best.
Right, right. And yeah,
So
that's
it's
what
going really well. I
folks
don't
said.
really have further plans. I don't really have like luxury plans like buying a luxurious car or having a luxurious mansion or
Right,
something like that. I'm a completely simple guy, and I'm completely down to earth and like to keep my goals on as ground as possible.
right.
And
Exactly.
with all the extra I have, I'd like to help the community as much as possible. Not just
Mm.
the music community, but you know, I've seen people who cannot afford their children to schools and stuff, and I'd like to help them.
That's no, that's amazing. Really amazing because I feel like again, yeah, music. A lot of people don't have the luxury to put in their time and learn how to play music, how to get their head around, and I think that's really great to share what you can. So, no, thanks so
Hmm.
much, Jay. It's really great and really inspirational to hear you talk about your passions and share what you do. So, yeah, I think so a few folks in the chat say hi, and we're gonna. I think those are the questions for now, but White Day says hi. A few folks, a lot of folks. Drew says hi. I don't know if you these are these are familiar, but yeah, it's really great to see a lot of your community and like a lot of folks hang out. We have about we had like 18 people just watching. It was great. So yeah, do you have any last thoughts? Any last things you'd like to share or anything like that before we wrap up the
If you
podcast?
if you have the time, I can go for two more questions. It's all right.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Renich. Oh, we have
Hmm.
two more questions. Actually, yeah. Who would like to ask any more questions? We have two more questions. Honestly, I can go all night as well. This is a party stream, so yeah. Ariel says
No, it's all
thanks for
right.
the interview. Yeah,
As I said, I have all the time to. I'd like to answer as much as possible, unless it doesn't drain out all my energy. So yeah.
right. Ricky says would love for you to collaborate with Mia Khalifa as a singer. No other intentions. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I have no thoughts. I mean, I've heard her singing, but it's not the kind of voice I want to collaborate with. Like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's not completely. I mean, I won't be able to collaborate with her either. She's like really big entrepreneur kind of at the
Yeah.
moment. But
No thoughts. Okay,
again, if
there we
I have
go.
the yeah, no thoughts. Yeah, no
Oh,
thoughts. Really,
no
no thoughts.
thoughts. There we go. That's the thing. Why would you
It's a
ask?
maybe no, but yeah.
Great. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's about. Oh, wait. What is the best way to support your music? Yes, that's such a great question, Ariel. The stewards asked, what is the best way to support your music? Is it by sharing? Is it by streams? Like, what would you say we can do to support you?
What happens is the best way to support my music is on again Spotify, but not YouTube. Let me tell you why. Let me tell it for everyone that is.
Mm-hmm.
I've always focused on Spotify and not on YouTube because when you listen to, for instance, you listen to one of my tracks on Spotify, it gets on your radio, and if you love my music, you're gonna listen to it again. So
Mm-hmm.
Spotify detects it as an algorithm that this is the artist and the kind of artist that you listen to, and they're also gonna be set in their algorithms that from this area this people listens to me, so I am gonna be recommended in some of the uh, people in your area, so
Mm-hmm.
that they can hear similar music that the people of your area are hearing, and it
Right.
just keep naturally expanding from that. So the
That's
best way to
awesome.
support me is on Spotify, but
Mm-hmm.
also I have other plans like most of the people starting out music do not have. I know I've struggled with that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been completely broke and I couldn't afford basic music producing stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
just had an headphone and a laptop that doesn't even have a graphics card. I at that time,
Wow.
so I know it's a hard struggle, and I don't want anyone else to struggle like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't revealed this before again. I'm going to speak it out in the stream. I want to have an NGO so
Mm-hmm.
that I can accept donations from people and also donate like 10 to 12% of whatever I earn onto that
Mm-hmm.
cause, so that eh, the amount that it puts up, I want
Mm-hmm.
to use that to buy stuff for people that needs the most, music stuff that is. Let it be
Mm.
softwares or hardwares or anything that in anywhere that I can help out.
Right, right.
So it's not
Yeah.
it's on phase one. Currently speaking up with lawyers and stuff so that the process goes on smoothly.
Right.
But in the future, if it comes out, uh, it's gonna be a charity again. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to support me, you can support that charity.
Okay.
And I also have some.
Awesome.
I also have some. Yeah, I also have some basic plans, like completely basic but
Mm-hmm.
completely open. Like I'm going to share monthly statements of how much I actually received
Mm,
on charity. Not many people does this, but I'm
right.
literally going to share screenshots and passbook photos, so
Mm-hmm.
that people knows how much I actually received, and then the amount, how much I donated, to
Mm-hmm.
whom I donated, and stuff like that. I
Right.
want to do that. I want to be completely transparent in the process. And
Yeah.
in the future, if you are planning to stick out with me, I'm going to do that by next year, or if not by 2023. And that is another way you can support me, not
Mm-hmm.
not by supporting me, but by helping me support
Right.
other people. I want to
Yeah.
give out as much as I can before I die, to be honest. So
Oh,
yeah.
that is so wholesome. We love that. And I think like it's so rare to find that honestly and like creators and people just working around. That's amazing. So I really hope the best for your journey. We still have more. Great. Okay, this is actually from White Day Music. It's not a question though. It is a request.
Okay.
So feel free to, how
Okay.
to feel. I'm not sure if this is an inside joke, but it says White
Okay.
Date's request. Please say Gar. I don't know what that means.
Okay. That is an that is the most inside joke you've heard at the moment. I'm going
Okay.
to be completely honest. That's a meme. Like, okay, White Death is another one of my producer friend. I'm
Uh-huh.
collaborating with him, but it's not EDM. It's orchestral. He does orchestral stuff, and he is really good at it. I asked him to send in demos, like 3 to 4 demos for bass rebels, so that I can sign him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's currently working on it, and I
Oh.
look up to that. Yeah.
Like,
And for the EP that I'm putting out, the first track, the prelude,
mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a collaboration between me and him, and it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be an emotional orchestral. So yeah.
Wow.
So Gar is a page that he has on Instagram. I not exactly him. I think it's a community. His community. The
Cool.
page, the page's name is literally Gar 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 Gar. And
That's cool.
yesterday, yeah, yesterday they posted who TF is Jay Sharma, and
Wow.
the post got a lot of attention,
Yeah.
and it became a meme thingy. I don't know how far it went, but it became a meme thingy, and I need to check out my socials as of how much I can push it out. I found new content thanks to
Mm-hmm.
him, and I can post it out as memes. Yeah,
That's
Gar
good.
for you.
Gar for you. That was a good explanation. Awesome. Okay, another question from the stewards. Do
Mhm.
artists get Spotify end year reviews? Do you see the data regarding Spotify end year reviews? And what is the most interesting and revealing?
Hmm.
So, yeah, and she says like
Okay.
demographics or repeat listeners, stuff like that.
Okay, so you can see everything except
Mm,
except the money you are making. You
mm-hmm,
cannot see that because that is handled by labels.
mm-hmm,
If you are an artist on Spotify and you're verified, that is, I'm verified, so I can go into my backend and then check up on how many people are listening to me, where are they located, are they male, female, or non-binary, and yeah, stuff like that. I can use that demographic, and I can sometimes make music targeting those demographic. So
mm-hmm.
it's really a help. But for me personally, I can see more of the data because I'm on the back end of Bass Rebels record label, and the
Mm,
artists that are signed there, I can see most of the data that I can, and use that for the betterment of our label and any artist that I can.
right.
Like the revenue, the revenue, the your streaming platforms are
Yeah,
generating,
right.
and yeah, and stuff like that. And how much of the if your music is charted on any my music has been charted twice, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't found out because it was before I was an A&R. I didn't find out.
Mm-hmm.
But when I found it out, I asked Tenny to, announce this kind of stuff because it's unique.
Right,
When
yeah.
people are charted on a country, like on a top 100, literally, top 100
Wow.
plays, yeah, top 100 tracks played in a country. So that's a big thing. They should announce this and stuff like that. And I'm also currently doing providing tips for them on marketing and stuff like that. And
Cool.
we're also going to be hosting a remix competition soon. So yeah, it's all something that I have to mostly initiate. Again, Danny has to do it, he's the boss, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to mostly plan and initiate and stuff so that goes to it happens. Everything happens to
Right,
the expected nominal amount.
right.
How much I can help in the cause for that. But
Cool.
yeah,
No, yeah.
for
That's
the
awesome.
backend thingy, you can literally see everything on Spotify. Your
Right.
target audience, that
That's
is.
good. Yeah. And I think what Base Rebels also meant talked about song stats as well. I don't know if like I think that's also great for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people like
Song
data.
stats. Yeah, yeah. Song stats.
Great.
Working with a
Yeah.
site called Song Stats, pulling in data where music is featured in. Yeah, that's a good platform. Specific charts, specific
Mm-hmm.
genres are targeted, and countries and stuff.
Yeah.
I
What
can
country?
like we can see that. Yeah, yeah. We recently collaborated with Song Stats. It's a good achievement for us again,
That's
visuals. But
awesome.
yeah, I when I got into the backend of song stats, I was like completely shocked as of how much data you can have on your hands regarding just music. And
Wow.
for Spotify for artists, you can only see stuff on Spotify, but on song stats, you can compare every form of data on every distribution platform in every ways imaginable. And
Wow.
yeah, it was completely new to me. I logged in once or twice and I haven't really had the time to log in back again because if I log in I have to calculate a lot of metrics and stuff, but I'm
Right.
sure that's a good platform that we can utilize in the future to get
Yeah.
our artist featured as much
Right.
as possible in the
Right. Growing stuff,
future.
everything's developing more. So that's great getting your hands on that.
It's
And
developing.
again, we have the
Yeah.
power of the internet, so you can always like learn more. So yeah, I think yeah, those are about it. Again, any last thoughts before we sign on off, I think? Or unless we have any more questions in the chat. I think this is really great. We like learned really deep in. I think some folks are new to like the analytics, new to like understanding the industry. So this is really insightful, even for me.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is again, especially as a streamer as well. I think it's great that you're able to put out more music and like for background music, for playlists, because that's something that I struggle a lot with as well. And I like again, I was just not even just for streaming, I was enjoying it like onto the train for background music. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah.
I mean, if I have to say anything in the end, that is, if you target money or fame or something,
Mm,
uh, that's not there's no easy way to say this, but those are superficial. One
mm-hmm.
day they're with you, other days they're not. But if you target something like making a career out of something that you
Right.
love, it's gonna give you the more mental satisfaction and the more
Mm,
mental calmness that you guessed out. So this is one tip, that you do what you love and make a career out of it so that you won't regret when you get old.
yes, that's so
That's one
true.
good thing.
That's really good advice because I think again, keep doing what you love, right? Like if you put too
Keep
much
doing what you love.
pressure, yeah, I think it doesn't become a hobby, it doesn't become your love anymore. It becomes more of a task, right? And then why would you want to
Yeah.
keep like work, like make your love a work? And that's like opposite of what
Mm-hmm.
life should be about. So, no, that's
Mm-hmm.
poetry. Thank you so much, Jay. So, where can people follow you? Where can they find your stuff? Like, I'm gonna put out your socials right now in the chat. But if you want to voice that
Yeah.
outside as well, you can say that. So, socials.
Yeah, obviously, I'm I mean, you have no idea how much I'm active on Instagram. So
Yeah.
I'm like highly active. You can confirm that too. You've
Yeah.
seen my stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very, very active on Instagram. But if you want to reach out on other socials, I have Twitter, I have Discord. My Discord is mostly private and it's for Bastables stuff only, official work and stuff. I am
Right.
not on many servers. I'm only on Bass Rebels and some other friends
Mm.
record labels servers. 99 Lives, Magic Music. They're good
Right.
labels.
Right.
But yeah, the easiest way to reach me is Instagram. But if you do not have Instagram, you can email me anytime.
Mm.
Do you have my email,
Nice. I
or
do.
can
I
I
think
type it out in the chat?
yeah, you can type it in the chat. I have your email, but if other people want to email you as well, feel free. Yeah. Awesome. Like I've learned a lot. Jay is awesome. Like I just made a new friend as
Mm.
well. I hope we get to keep in touch, you know. I get to like support your things and listening to looking forward, and maybe you can come to I'm leaving Korea, but if I come back to Korea, you can visit, you know, of course. And yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow, Base Rebels. All right. Yeah, I think we could put it in the chat. And yeah, everyone, check out Jay's stuff. Everyone says thank you in the chat. It was a really great interview. We got so many good questions. A lot of folks tuned in. It was just great. And again, we'll have this recorded. So if you want a copy of this, we can post it on YouTube. I'm gonna have this. Again, this is a separate episode on thoughts on that for season 2, which will be on in September. So we'll, you know, as a part of the live stream, we can have this as like another thing you can listen back on as well. So again, thank you everyone for listening to this episode, and thank you so much for Jay. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. You know, really dedicated and like for again, like scheduling your time with me. I know I've been hard to schedule with, especially the time zones. I really appreciate you taking the time and again, like being patient with
Yeah,
me.
and
So
I appreciate you, taking the time to, for this interview, because
yeah.
it's really it's really, I love putting my thoughts out in the public, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to upload this, so it's gonna stay out there forever, and
Exactly.
you might never know how or who it might help in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
think
yeah,
we learned a lot. There's so many like
this
you
is
like
this is again a contribution. So, yeah,
this great time, very good time. I'm really excited to like just look forward to this and like put it back. So, everyone's so sad that we have to end the episode, but we do. Support us on Patreon, do all the good things. So, all right, thank you so much,
and
Jay.
again
Yes.
for the final thing, I want to say. Best Rebels have a 24/7 live stream on Twitch.
Ooh,
You can
cool.
use that too if you want free music to use on your background.
Okay, I will definitely put that up and everything. Yes, talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.